Welcome to episode number 24 of this MLB Show 20 Postseason series, and today we're just playing into the LDS. That's really it. Twins up 1 game to none. It's 10th MI8 versus Mike Clevenger. Twins up 1 game to none, as you can see the rest of the playoff bracket. I believe last night, well, it was the first of 4, which I played off one, by the way, so just for your information. So Nationals ended up winning. No, you already knew this. Never mind. So you already knew this. So Nationals won 2-0. Cubs won 7-5 in 11 innings. Then took pinch hit, no-hitter, 2-run homer by Steven Sosa Jr. Top of 11, and then the Dodgers won 4-2 into Cody Bellinger, 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th. So now I'm about to do this game. Obviously, right now, it's 1-1 between the Red Sox and the Astros, 1-1 between the Cubs and the Nationals, and then 1-0 between the Dodgers and the Rockies. Now it's here, 1-0 between the Twins and the Indians, and the Game 3 of the Red Sox Astros series is in Boston, and Game 3 of the Cubs and the Nationals division series is in Chicago. Yeah. 7:05 Eastern. Because it's in Cleveland. That's it. The other day that's not at Sim, but if I don't order the day after I do not at Sim. But if I don't order the day before that, well, it's Sim. Then I never play them. So yeah, let's do it. The Indians are the gold controller, and the Twins are the blue controller. Here we go. Tepler for the Twins. Williams, Cesar Hernandez for the Indians. How many points for the Indians? Rooney points for the Twins. Progressive Field holds only 35,051, opened that in 1994. Presentation of broadcast teams out, shutting for downs on. West part is cloudy, but the cloud cover by move to the clear skies. That's by clear skies. If it wasn't partly cloudy, I might go to overcast or maybe even rain. I would probably leave it, but because it's partly cloudy, I'd rather have it in clear skies, you know. So yeah, righty versus righty, 88 versus 81. And Rich Hill will be game 3, and then not sure for game 4 if it's only Homer Bailey, because that will be elimination game. Game 4 will be elimination game, so who knows. Everyone's energy is like, besides Rick, I just because the DH doesn't really play. Well, it does play, they just hit. They don't really go on the field anymore. Perez, I just see they did pinch ran for on like the 8th or something. So I put Leon who's deep potential, who's like the horror? I believe they don't have a better catcher. I don't remember them having a better catcher. I'm actually gonna, he can play right? Yeah. I'm gonna put Shields in right. Diaz 3. And then Luplo, Santana's better, I think. That's not Santana, that's, no, yeah. So yeah, be the free agency from Seattle. And then Mercado, so that's the only change I'll do. I'll leave Perez in there. I want to put Leon in there. And for the Twins, I don't know, I kind of want to put Avila there because he's a 63 overall. I know he's slow as like a toad, but I don't know, maybe it sense. Well, he is slow. He's selling his 10 speed. And then Kepler I don't remember if the Indians have a lefty in their rotation. But yeah, I don't know. I think I want a French catcher. Obviously, Tave had the RBI single in the 11th, yeah, because he pinch ran for Cruz. So yeah, the only change I'll do is the catcher, and I'll put Avila, and then I'm gonna, yeah, and then I replaced Mitch Garver for Alex Avila, and then to switch Sano and Avila. So Sano's batting 6th and Avila's batting 7th. And yeah, and then the only change for the Indians, I put the Shields in right to replace Fred Allen. So yeah, let's do it. Twins that might this past off seems to be a trade from LA Dodgers. We are here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio for Game 2 of 2020 and ALDS between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Indians. I almost said ALDS. Hi there, everybody. Vinny J here in Studio 42, AJ the Man Cave. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball here on the show. As the Twins won Game 1, 4-3 in 11 innings. Twins won 4-3 over the Indians in 11 innings in Game 1 last night. Remember, it's only best of 5. If you're the Indians, gotta win this game, so it's one. So the series is tied at 1 game apiece. Because Game 3, and there's a Game 3, and there's a Game 4. They're both in Minnesota. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Mike Clevenger, 21 starts in the 2019 regular season, 13-4 record, 2.71 ERA, 126 innings, 96 hits, 1.06 WHIP, 37 walks, and 169 strikeouts. Right out here comes Kepler. He's batting 300. I'm not sure how many hits are. I don't know. I think he's. I'm not sure what he's. I think he's 3 for 10 actually. I think he's 3 for 10. On the count, he is. The Rommel pass. Clevenger hit the pad. I probably could have got second, but that was bizarre. on the first pitch I see in the game, his quick counts are on, and it just hit the pad. Lindor was there, and then I probably could have got the second, but yeah, the first pitch we saw, his quick counts are on, hit the pad. That's really weird. Here we go, 1-1 count. I said, Ramaleta, Tony, passed! Ramirez! So a single off the center base bat, and then a single, actually no, I'll say E5, and so a single off the center base bat, and then an E5, and there's 2 runners on nobody out for the Twins. That's the right call. Right-handers love. I mean, here comes Cruz. By the way, Game 3 of the series, Saturday. Here we go. 2 runners on nobody out for Cruz. That could be 2. Hernandez, Lindor, Santana double play, 2 down. Here's the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Max Kepler, Jorge Polanco, Nelson Cruz, Josh Donaldson, Eddie Rosario is 1 for 10 in the postseason, 100. Miguel Sano, Alex Avila didn't start over Mitch Garver, Luis Arraez, and Byron Buxton. So they replaced Mitch Garver for Alex Avila and then switched Sano and Avila. So Sano's batting 6th and Avila's batting 7th. It was a 2-2 count to Donaldson. Got an inside the park 2-run homer in Game 1. Go ahead inside the park 2-run homer. Throw to first by Lindor and an over. So the error did not come back to haunt the Indians. Indians coming back, no score here in Game 2. Here we go. Here's Kenta Maeda. 26 starts in the regular season. 2019 regular season with the Dodgers. 10-8 record. 4.04 ERA. 153 and 2/3 innings. 114 hits. 1.07 61 walks and 169 strikeouts. Here comes Lindor. Led off. He led off the bottom of the. Led off Game 1 with a home run. That's a little jam shot to Donaldson. Our first one down. Yeah, he did predict. No, he did lead off the day on the first pitch we saw. His quick counts were on and with a home run. in Game 1. Here's the starting lineup for the Cleveland Indians. Francisco Lindor, Oscar Mercado, Carlos Santana, Jose Ramirez, Ramon Reyes, Cesar Hernandez, Domingo Santana, Roberto Perez, and then Delano Shields Jr., which he got the starter right field over Grid Allen. Here we go. On tap the Mercado. And Jazz with that slider, 1-2. That was. There we go. 1-2 count. That's a fly ball. He got under that. Barely. And it's caught by Butson in center field. 2 down. He just got under that. Here's the postseason bracket. As you can see, the series 1-9. The other NLDS 1-1. And then top NLDS in your screen is 1-1, and the bottom NLDS is 1-0. And we have Santana, who had a solo homer in Game 1. The first inning, it's a little tapper. It's only a tough play. Donaldson, Jeter, jump throw. It's going to be late. So it's going to be an infield single for Santana. Here comes Ramirez, who did not get a hit in Game 1. On down. That's a line drive. That will get down. And they're going to hold Santana at center base. 2 runners on, 2 outs. So an infield single by Ramirez or by Santana, and then a little jam shot left field by Ramirez. First hit of the postseason. And now there's 2 runners on, 2 outs for Reyes. 4-seam fastball slider, circle change, and curveball for Maeda. 2-1 down. That's a little jab shot to Sano. It's just unbad himself, and then it's over. The Indians leave a pair of runners, or a couple. The Indians turn a couple. No score after 1. Here comes Eddie Rosario, 1 for 10 in the postseason, batting 100. So 2 counts. That's gonna be a fly ball. It's only under 1 for 11 now for Rosario, and the 1 hit came in the AL wildcard game. I believe he went 0 for 5 with a walk in Game 1. No, he had and the walk, I believe, was intentional. Here's the defense for the Cleveland Indians. Domingo Santana, Oscar Mercado, Delano Shields Jr. in the outfield, Carlos Santana, Cesar Hernandez, Francisco Lindor, who won a Gold Glove last year, Jose Ramirez in the infield, and Roberto Perez behind the plate. Obviously, Mike Clevenger on the mound. Here comes Miguel Sano, batting 375 in the postseason. And he swung and missed! Blew the fastball right by him at 94. 2 down. Here comes Avila. This is his first postseason at bat. And Clevenger, the 4-seam fastball slider, curveball, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. First postseason at bat. Here the umpires assigned for Game 2 with a 2-20 ALDS. Behind the play is Larry Bullard. On a scoreboard, his face looks like there's snowflakes falling behind him. So it's probably like 50 degrees maybe. 54 degrees, clear. Wind 7 miles per hour blowing out the center field. Behind the plate, Larry Bullard at first base, James Tinsley at center base, Jerry Simmons, and at third base, Patrick Johnson. And it's just the same crew as they move the opposite way they do in real life. As Game 1. Same crew as they move the wrong way. They move the opposite way they do in real life. Here we go, 1-2 down to Avila. That's a jam shot! Base hit! He's slow as a toad, but he's gonna get in with a double. Slow as a toad? I never said that. But that's gonna be a 2-out double for Avila. His first postseason, first hit of the postseason, and his first at bat of the postseason. As that would have been a ground out to Ramirez, it would have been the shift on. No sound. It wasn't. Here comes Luis Arraez with Butson on deck. That's a little tapper past Clevenger. Lindor gotta hurry, got it, and then an over. No, nothing. No run after a 2-out double. We know 2. The score remains at Twins 0 and the Indians 0. Here comes Cesar Hernandez. Rally Hall is waving here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. That's a round ball. Polanco. Low throw. But it's a good pitch by Sano. Actually, it wasn't in the dirt. 1 down. But now Indians up to 20 seconds of challenge to call at first base umpire James Tinsley. It was the whole plan bar for game 1. They just moved the wrong way in real life. Move the opposite way they do in real life, and that's not, nope. Died by half a step. And the ruling from the third base set out the Indians set out. So that's where the home team set out, the third base set out, and the third team's first base set out. No, ruling from the dugout, Indians set out now. 1-1 count. That's a fly ball and it's right. Retreated is Kepler. Linked it to Zoltech in the gap. 2 down. It's better than Buxton there though, but I just because I was controlling Kepler. By the way, I just had time I missed the defense, maybe. And I missed the defense. I did. Sorry about that. You already know if you're a Twins fan. That's a ground ball. Base! Pass the dive in a ride. They tried to dive with Sano. Then it changed me. That's 2 outs and up for Perez. Into Shields. I believe it's on his first at bat because I believe he pinched. I'm not. Either way, he's batting 0 in the postseason. I don't know if it's his first at bat. I'm not sure. I said Ramos Shanian and Sano throws it to second and an over. We're through 2 in game 2. The score is 0-0. That guy in the middle looks like Ramon Russell. I think it is. Because that's someone that creates the game. And he's actually in Mirati's franchise. He's like an F potential with like 49 overall. I think that the one hold up sign, that was Ramon Russell. I believe he's a player in the game sometimes. I've seen him in other shows sometimes and franchise, and then I just that was him hold up sign. So he's a fan and a player. I'm not that he is in this game. But the player has like what? And that hit the pad! Buxton going to second, he down! So it's going to be a sin on Alan Manson 4-6, but another one of those. Another one that hit the pad. Another one. And Kepler was on that hit the bat earlier. 1 down. That's all Tabler's on a really top play charging into Ramirez. And Kepler's safe at first. And so Kepler's in with 2 singles. One hit the bat, and now infield single. And we had a 1-2 count. That's a fair ball in the corner. Going first to third. Kepler and Polanco's in with a double. Versus Leonard's in second and third, 1 out. 1 out though for Polanco for Nelson Cruz. 0 for 1 in the game, 3 for 6 in the series. 1 down. That's a fly ball. Should score Kepler from third. Mercado makes the catch. Throw home. Throw all the way home is 2 hops to Perez, and he had to go up about 10 feet. Sack by an RBI for Cruz, and it's 1-0 Twins for Donaldson. 0 for 1 today, runner at third, 2 outs. Full count to the Twins' third baseman. That's a fly ball. That ball is run. Retreated is Mercado. Like it is Zoltech in right center field. So that's a sad fly by Nelson Cruz. The score is now 1-0 Twins after 2.5 innings of play. And Francis Rondor. 1-2-3 up for the Indians. And Bob at third. Lindor's a switch hitter. The ground ball. That is pass. They got in a rise. Leadoff center for Lindor. And there's time on base for Mercado. Here's Oscar Mercado. 1 down. That's a line drive. Coming in is Buxton. And he missed it. He dove and missed it. It was all over the wall. Kepler did it after it hits the wall. Oh, darn. Now they have a backup on the bases. And now they have 2 runners at the same base, and they tab Lindor out. I don't know. I have to, like... I'm not sure that always happens. I just have to target the runner. But... So it's going to be a double, and probably for Lindor, and then an out is... No, double for Mercado, and Lindor is out. Or the runner at center, 1 out. 1 down. That's a ground ball right to Polanco. So the first in time, Mercado was saved where he's at center base. Tyler at center base now, 2 away for Jose Ramirez. 1 for 1 sitting on the first, 1 for 6 in the series. 3-2 count. That's a line drive, but it will be caught by Buxton in center. But they're 3 in game 2. The score, the Twins 1 and the Indians 0. Here's Rosario, 1 for 11 in the postseason, 0 for in the series, batted 091, 1 for 11, 2-2 count, and he pops it up. Ramirez at the cover, a lot of ground. Like in his own catching foul territory by Ramirez, 1 down. Here's Sano, struck out in second. Twins are still up by 1. That's a line jump against the shift in the corner. What a 325 sign. And Sano's in with a 1-out double. There's been a lot of hits for the Twins against the shift. Avila got a double, that jam shot, and then 2 balls, both hit by the Twins at the bat. That's a ground ball, going over. Lindor throw to first, 2 down. The runner goes over to third. Runner at third, 2 outs now for the Twins. There's Luis Ariz. 0 for 1 in the series, 1 for 6 in the series. 3-2 count. That's a little blooper, and that ball is off of him. Throw to second. It is cut off by Lindor, and then he eventually throws it to Hernandez at center base as an RBI double for Luis Ariz. It was off of Santana and left, and it's 2-0 Twins. Did I hit him in the head? I think I had Mookie Betts hit in the head in Boston. They won the L system and Minnesota Twins Chestnut franchise. I know it hit him in like the rib cage, but then the ball went right through him. I'm not sure, but it hit his rib cage or something. Here comes Buxton. Runner sent it 2 outs. After now, Shanahan and go to first and then over into a 2-out double RBI double by Luis Ariz, not Byron Buxton. Restored now 2-0 Twins after 3.5 innings of play. For the Twins, I mean, you win the AL tournament, the Yankees in the Bronx on the road, and now you won Game 1, 4-3 in 11 innings, and now you're up 2-0 after 3.5 innings of play in Game 2. Talking about coming up clutch for the Twins. That is a sky really far, but it's not like Kepler about 5 to 10 feet in front, shy of the orange right 1 down. I mean, if you're the Indians, I mean, you do not want to fall out 0-2 because there's only been 3 teams in history that came back down 0-2 after losing Game 1 and 2 at home. 2 that makes it. 1 won the World Series, 1 went to the World Series, and then it's passed to Ivan Rosario, and 1 was eliminated in the ALCS, or the Championship Series. You know, 3 team countdown below. I did say it before. Just look it up. And you also, yeah. Here comes Santana. Runner at second, 1 out. That's a rocket. That was just foul. I mean, now, we're 0-2 count. That's all attack for charging his Sano. And he sits in the bat himself. Runner goes over to third. Runner at third, 2 outs. The Indians, you can respond right here. Going out. 1 on count. That's a ground ball. That is past the diving Sano. Throw to first. No one's covering. Maeda's not covering. Safe at first. 2-out RBI Sano for Roberto Perez, and it's 2-1 for Donald Shields. He's number 0. Here we go. 1 on count. That's a ground ball, and a rise on a field it. And apparently, like, no one's covering. I just know is not in a position. A base hit, infield single. Here comes Lindor with a timer at center base and 2 away. That's an Australian. Plana throws the rise in and over. Into a 2-out RBI center by Roberto Perez. Scored now 2-1 Twins after 4 innings of play. Down. That's a ground ball, just foul. If you get another bad, I mean, the Twins have the first base bad and center base bad. Once you're down, the ground ball, and that ball is past Ivan Lindor. Even if he dove and got it, Kepler's on safe at first. Kepler's on with 3 for 3 with it. Single at the center base bad. Infield single, now a single actually. As well, a didn't single. Well, also, he's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. That could be 2. Lindor, Hernandez, Santana double play. Polanco thinks he's safe. No challenge. Here comes Cruz. Open one, sacrifice fly and RBI at last plate appearance. On count. And that's gonna be a foul ball. I just wanted to do that. 1-2 count. Not a foul ball. Rally Tell is waving here at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. 1-2 count. That's all town. Bat the Clevenger in front of the mound. Go to first, in time and over. Halfway home here in game 2, the score, the Twins 1, or Twins 2 and the Indians 1. Way down. Mercado. 2-3-4 due up for the Indians at the bottom of the 5th. That's a ground ball to Polanco. The first, got him. Here comes Santana singled in the first inning. Here we go, 3-2 count. That's an Donaldson, tough play, charging Donaldson. Throw us now at first base, 2 down. Here comes Ramirez, 1 for 2 in the game, 1 for 7 in the series. Here we go. 3-2 count. I said round ball. That is pass with Ivan Polanco in the right center field. Ramirez is on as a tying run. Here comes the DH. Ramon Reyes. 1 on count. That's the Ramon with Sano and he bunches it. And I hit the wrong button. I know it's not in the left field. Throw to third is safe. Throw to second safe. So he could have set on the bat, hit the 4th, instead he threw to second. And here comes Cesar, the double, and scored the only run for the Indians in the 4th inning, which was only an inning ago. That's a second error for the Twins. They're saying throwing error. I mean, he could have set the bat, instead he threw to second, which I hit the wrong button accidentally, and then both runners moved up 90 feet. 1 on count. That's an shit in the inning. And the error has not come back to haunt the Twins. That's a good pitch by Sano. The Indians trying a pair of runners in scoring position. Through 5 to score the Twins 2 and the Indians 1. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Twins at the top of the 6th. Donaldson, Rosario, Sano. 1 on down. That's a ground ball. Right to Donaldson, 1 down. Here comes Rosario batting. I'm not sure what he's batting. Batting at 083. He's 1 for 12 in the postseason. And he's 0 for in the series. He's 0 for 2 in the game. 0 for in the series. He has 1 in the postseason, which was in the AL wildcard game. And he pops it up. Foul. 0 for total pitch. I mean, Clevenger has an inning and he's pitched more than 16 pitches. 1-2 count. That's an outside tough play. Charging in Lindor. Inning is over. That's an inning's not over. It's 2 down, not 3. Sorry about that. Here's just Sano's 1 for 2 a double and scored a run. 1 of the 2 runs for the Twins. You're on a 1-1 count. That's all Taylor. Fielded by Clevenger in front of the mound. Throw to first, inning over. 1-2-3 to the Twins, but they're still up 2-1 after 5.5 innings to play. Or after 5.5 innings to play. The Twins have 2 runs on 8, 2 errors, and the Indians have 1 run on 9 hits, 1 error. So here we go. 1 on count. I said round ball. That is gonna be passed. It's not gonna rise. A leadoff single for Domingo Santana. Tying runs on base. Runner at first, nobody out for Roberto Perez. 2 for 2, 2 singles and RBI in the game. 4 for 5, 4 singles and RBI in the series. And they're starting to run Zat Littell and the Twins bullpen just behind the Indian bullpen, right center field. Here we go. Swing and miss. 1-2 to the Indians catcher after that curveball on Maeda. That's it, ground ball up the middle. So a single by Santana and single by Perez. And here comes Leonard Shields Jr. in the top of the order. 2 runners on, nobody out. And now here comes Wes Johnson, the Twins pitching coach. 22 balls, 53 strikes, 75 total pitches. Energy is almost out. Top end is just over half. Here's the Shields is 1-2, a single in the fourth, or a single in his last at bat, which was in the 4th inning. And Altel's not ready and waiting, but then I'll leave Maeda in there. That's a line drive. That's gonna get down. The tying run's coming around. Throw home by Kepler. It's cut off by a rise. And this game is tied. RBI single by the Shields. And here comes the top of the order in the floor. Francisco Lindor. 2 runs on, nobody out. And then Mercado. And here comes Littell. And now Maeda's in line for another decision, but he ordered the loss if one of the runners on base are responsible. So he took the loss if one or both score, then the Twins never tie it up again. Here we go. It's a huge at bat. 2-2 count. And he pops it up foul. Here we go. 2-2 count. That's a ground ball. Off of Littell. Donaldson comes in trying to barehanded. Misses, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded. For Oscar Mercado, who's double in the 3rd. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball. It's like a tough turn. 2nd one, got him there. Mercado has too much speed. He's safe at first. A field short and RBI for Mercado. And the Indians that take the 3-2, their first lead of the game. And here comes Santana. Right to the corners, 1 out. That's a ground ball. That is what a play! They're gonna go to first, be a second. Not an option, throw to first. Got him. But the Indians hit a 4-2. What a play by Donaldson. Runner at center, 2 outs. I didn't do that. The Dane did that. You didn't see by the time he threw it, Mercado at center base, he got the sure out. And really, even if you got us that, I didn't think he was going to beat out the back end. There comes Ramirez, 2 for 3 in the game. And runner at center, 2 outs. It's 4-2 Indians. That's a ground ball. Going over. Rise through to first. Got him. But the Indians hit 3 runs. We're through 6 in game 2. Scores the Indians 4 and the Twins 2. Yeah. Here comes Alex Avila. 1 for 2 in the game, especially in the bat third of the game. That's a line drive. Caught short up by Ramirez. Throw to first. 1 down. Twins on our final 8 outs, down by 2. And here comes Luis Rise. They'll have the top of the order up 1 more time, and maybe 2. 1 on count. That's a line drive. Caught short up again, but this time by Lindor. 2 down. I mean, I don't know how long they got a hit. I mean, it seems like they have 8 hits for a while. Here comes Butson with single in the 3rd. And a 1-1 count. I said, round you gotta hurry for Lindor. 97 speed from Butson. Throw to first. Got him by half a step. 7 in stretch time at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. The score is the Indians 4 and the Twins 2. Here we go. Littell's on saying there's no action in either bullpen. That's a ground ball to Rise. Throw to first. 1 down. Here's Cesar Hernandez. 1 for 3 in the game, 3 for 8 in the series. 1-2 count. That's a ground ball. Down past the Diamond Polanco. And Hernandez is on with a 1-out single. Twins, you gotta keep it at 2 because you can score 1 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th and they'll be tied. Here comes Santana. That's a fly ball in the right center field. Going over is Kepler and Butson, and Kepler will call, or Butson will call Kepler 2 down. Here's your Perez. 3 for 3. 3 singles, RBI, and a run scored. It's on the Mr. Lennon, or they're talking about Aaron Simber and the Indian bullpen just in front of the Twins bullpen, and right center field. One on count. That's a foul ball. You know. That's all Tapper. It's only tough play, only a 7-speed. Polanco is still gonna do him. He's slower than Avila, actually. We're through 7 in game 2. It scores the Indians 4 and the Twins still. Here we go. As here comes Tepler. 1, 2, 3, 2 up for the Twins in the top of the 8. Tepler, Polanco, Cruz. Here we go. That's a ground ball right to Ramirez. Throw to first, and there's one down. I mean, they have the part of their order coming up here in the 8th. Here comes Polanco. 1 for 3 in the game. Energy of Clemens is in the yellow. 2 on count. That's a ground ball right to Ramirez in his normal spot. 2 down. The Twins down in final. 4 outs. They still. I mean, here comes Cruz over to a sacrifice by an RBI. Here we go. 1-2 count. And he pops it up behind the plate. Perez bat, and he makes the catch on the edge of the warning track beyond the plate in foul territory. We're through 7.5. The score remains the Indians 4 and the Twins still. Here we go. And here comes Tyler Duffy to try to keep the deficit right where it is. 2 for 3 in the game is the Shields. And he fouls it bad. He was the one. I mean, I believe my A is in line for the loss right now because I believe the 2 runs that scored were responsible of Maya. It's in the dirt. Strike 3 in the dirt. Throw to first by Avila is in time. 1 down. And you would think if Avila came back up, they'll probably pinch hit Mitch Garver because that's a line drive, and Rosano's gonna drop because if you let it pass, it's a triple, maybe they're inside the park home run. But if Avila comes up it, and you're probably gonna see Garver come up, because he is had a career year last year, and he's a more powerful catcher than Avila. Wait, 1 on count. Swing and miss, strike 2 on the slider, good pitch. You know, Hurtado, RBI on a fielder choice last time. That's a ground ball off the middle. 2 for 5 in the game with 2 singles and an RBI, which was on the fielder's choice last time. Here comes Santana with 2 runners on, 1 out. 1 for 4 with a single and an RBI. Here we go, 1-2 count. That could be 2. Donaldson, a rise. Sano, 5-4-3 double play. Twins 2 in the tie, 3 to take the lead in the top of the 9th. And of 8 to score the Indians 4 and the Twins 2. Here we go, 4-5-6 for the Twins in the top of the 9th. Donaldson, Rosario, Sano. Donaldson, Rosario, Sano. Here comes. They're not. And I don't know. Well, Anderson was ready to win. They're all Brennan, Brathan. And here comes the Indians manager, Terra Francona from the third base out. And that's going to be it as he calls in for the lefty. Adam Timber right is ready away in the Indian bullpen just in front of the Twin bullpen right center. Here comes Hand. He did blow 7 saves, including 1 in like August, and it's a Twin. Slider, 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball. Here we go. On count. That's a ground ball right to Hernandez. That's a huge first down because if you're the Twins, you gotta avoid coming in that second out because you need a base runner to bring the time run to the plate. Here comes Levenger. 8 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, 86 pitches thrown. And here comes Rosario. 0 for 3 in the game. That's a line tremendous in the left center field. There you go. Here comes the big boy, Miguel Sano with a grand slam in a game, on the second game of a doubleheader in September. And here comes Sano. Here we go. 2 on count. That's a foul ball. That was the second in the postseason and first of the series. double play ends it. Homer ties it. That could be two. Hernandez, Lindor, Santana, good pitch by Santana. A 4-6-3 double play ends the game, and the Indians win 4-2 over the Twins and have tied the series up at 1 game apiece, heading into Game 3, which will be in Minnesota, and in Game 4, which will happen. That's also in Minnesota. If it goes back to a, and if it does 5, and if the series does go 5 games, Game 5 is back here in Cleveland. Both teams, or the Twins split here in Cleveland, and the Indians split out, or both teams split. Obviously, the series is tied at 1 game apiece after 2, heading to Game 3, which is in Minnesota, and Game 4, which is also in Minnesota. And if it gets to Game 5, it's back here in Cleveland. Top 2 hitters for the Twins: Matt Kepler and Luis Arraez. Top 2 hitters for the Indians: Oscar Mercado and Cesar Hernandez. Twins, I mean, literally, they did a runs in the 4th inning, and then I think they did a hit for like 4 innings or 5 until obviously Rosario had that one out single, set in the postseason and first of the series. Here's Clevenger, number 52, the starting pitcher for the Indians, and a top player of the game for Game 2. I mean, he went 8 innings, and their hand took over and got the save. And I believe Maeda gets the loss, because I believe the 2 runs that scored, when he came out, they were on base when he came out, so I believe they're responsible up him. So Clevenger definitely gets a win, and the hand definitely gets a save. I believe Maeda gets a loss, though. Yeah, Mike Clevenger gets a win. He moves the Indians at the highest series at 1 game apiece, heading into Game 3, which is in Minnesota, and also Game 4 is in Minnesota as well. And the series is back to it, and this series goes to a 5th game, and Game 5 back here in Cleveland. So it's 1-1 after 2 games, and the Indians tie the series at 1, and in the Game 3, which is in Minnesota, and Game 4 is also in Minnesota. And if it gets back to a Game 5, it's back here in Cleveland. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, look, they got 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Indians got 1 in the 4th, and they got 3 in the 6th. I mean, Clevenger did have 8 hits, and then handed up 1, and then was reversed on a double play, though. Vila had, I mean, I think he was on deck, so somehow Sano got on. Well, if it was choice, it would be like, say, runner at first, 2 outs, or 2 runners at corners, 1 out, or I was gonna definitely pinch hit, because first of all, Vila's a lefty, and either way, Darver's a more powerful catcher, so I would have pinch hit Darver for Avila, but Avila would have got up if Sano didn't run in double play. And Rosario got his first hit of the series, sent in the postseason. I believe now, I'm not sure. I think he went 1-for-3. I think. Well, Kepler had 4 at bats. Scored 1 of the runs, and I believe not sure who scored the other one. Arraez drove it, or Sano had the sac fly, drove in Kepler, and Arraez drove in. I think it was. I'm thinking it's Sano because it had to be someone in front of Arraez. It was Sano scored first run, and then Kepler scored the second run, and then Arraez drove in Sano for the Twins' first run, and Cruz drove in Kepler on a sac fly, which Cruz ended up going 0-for-3 with. So Rosario went 1-for-4 with a singles at bat, 143 in the postseason. Kepler 429, Polanco 600, Cruz 385, Donaldson 200, Rosario 143, and then Sano and Avila bat 333, Arraez 250, and then Buxton 333. And obviously Cave 1000, and then Gonzalez and Andriano to 0 this year. So apparently they did Sano 2 errors. Yeah, he gave him 2 errors. Because it says Sano 2, and then 2 errors, and then in parentheses 2. So I ended at the loss. So yeah, Clevenger gets the win. He moves to 1-0 in the postseason. Maeda gets the loss. He falls to 0-1 in the postseason, and Brett Hand gets to save his first of the postseason. So Richell's definitely not a Game 3 starter, and then Game 4 I'm thinking I'll put back to Barrios. Maybe Homer Bailey. Maybe the only chance I'm finding out put Homer Bailey out for Game 4 is the Twins are up 2-1. If they're down 2-1, I'm definitely putting out Barrios. So the only chance Bailey's gonna start in the series, which will be Game 4, if the Twins are up 2-1. Even if they're up 2-1, I might not start him. That's the only chance I did if he doesn't start in the series. If I decide to start him in Game 4, and the only way that's going to happen is if the Twins are up 2-1. But if the Indians are up 2-1, I'm definitely starting Barrios. So yeah, May went 5 innings. Littell went 3 innings, and then Duffy went 1 inning, and then Clevenger went 8 innings, and then Hand went 1 inning. And remember, I think he signed with the Indians via free agency or something, and 2 off seasons ago after the 2018 season, because he was on the Padres, and I'm not sure if it was via trade went over to Cleveland or via free agency. I'm not sure, but the series is tied up at 1. And my mom predicted the Twins winning 4-1, and she predicted the Twins winning 4-2 in Game 1. So, and that won 4-3 in 11 innings here. The Indians won 4-2, so I just she was a game off and got the teams back. But for this game, she said 4-1 Twins, so she got the 4 right, but it was for the wrong team, and so that she ended the opposite. Yeah, so the other game, which is the Rockies at Dodgers game 2, with the Dodgers at 1 game to 9, and then the first game, the next day, is the Twins at the 7th game, which is game 4 between the Astros and Red Sox in Boston at Fenway Park. The series tied 1 game to 1. So every series tied at 1-1 besides the Dodgers and Rockies, but that could happen if the Rockies win game 2. And really, they probably have to because it's only harder to. Well, they do. They are now too. Game 3 and 4 are in Colorado, and if it goes to game 5, it's back in LA. Oh, there's that one close to no. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm thinking of filming this episode Minnesota Twins March October continuing franchise series tonight, and and this is Thursday. If you're on the day I post this video, so I'm thinking Friday. It's like Minnesota Twins March October continuing franchise. If I can film that tonight, tomorrow Friday will be that episode. Minnesota Twins March October continuing franchise, and Babe Ruth maybe. So Minnesota Twins March October continuing franchise. That's up to that series, and that's up to my Babe Ruth really show series. If I can film. Next episode on Minnesota Twins March October continuing franchise series, and that's episode of that series tonight. So if I can do that, then tomorrow should be that episode, and then also the next episode of that series, and then the next episode of my Babe Ruth early show series, which I haven't not played in a while. So yeah. Oh, then I'm close on no board if you have episode the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandpa, aunts, uncles, past and friends about these videos, and I don't understand episode number 25 of this MLB The Show 20 postseason series. See you in episode number 25, and eat a lot of bacon.